when things, let me say this thing to everyone, just is in my heart to say. Sometimes the things we go through in life are part of God's plan for our purpose, for His purpose and for our own purpose on earth here. Sometimes we think that when we go through difficult times and challenges, that God is punishing us or something is wrong with us or so. No. There are things that are happening in your life currently that are the perfect will of God for you. It has been written down that it must happen. If you check part of my video, I said something about Joseph, that if he did not speak out to his brothers, he wouldn't have been sold to Egypt. And the promise that God made to Abraham would not have been fulfilled. Now, if you look at the life of Jesus, for example, there are certain things that Jesus Christ has done that happened to him while he was on earth. He said, I have come to do thy will, O God, as it is written of me. In Hebrews chapter 10, I think verse 7 or so. As it is written of me, have come to do thy will, O God. So there are certain things that happen in our life that are part of God's original plan for us. For example, they naked him. They were throwing lots for his clothing. They couldn't tear it into pieces. They said, okay, let us throw lots. And it has already been written that they are going to do that. But the army didn't know that what they were doing as at that time, the soldiers didn't know that what they were doing as at that time was written of Jesus. They thought they were punishing him. They thought they were disgracing him. Now, everything they did to this man has been written that it will happen to him. So there are certain things that have been written. If you have the knowledge of what God has said concerning you and what God has said, the things you are going to go through to get to destiny, you will know that there are certain things that are happening to you and that is currently happening to you right now that is written that it must happen for your own victory, for your own lifting. So certain things happens because it is written that it will happen. So when people treat you bad, when people treat you with evil, with disdain, when people hurt you, part of those things are God's original plan and intent for you. So God is a master planner and He has planned our life because He knows the end from the beginning. So don't worry how people treat you. Don't worry how people, whatever may have happened in your life. There are things that have happened in your life that is currently happening in your life that is part of God's plan. They are to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. It could come from your brother, your sister, your nephew, your niece, but it has been originally gazetted. It has been planned by God Himself, the master planner, that these things are going to happen. So if you look at the life of Jesus, the person, the Bible says that he says by his stripes we were healed. Who would have thought that the stripes, that they gave Jesus, that is part of our healing? So things happen so that we can fulfill destiny. Whether someone treats you bad, someone treats you right, someone treats you wrong, they are part of God's plan for you. Nothing just happened. Even when the devil is working and the enemy is the one orchestrating the situation, it has been planned and gazetted and arranged by God Himself that it is going to happen. That's why it's happening. Nothing just happened without that eludes God. God is aware. So nothing just takes God unaware. Like this, it has been meant. It has been planned by God Himself that this will happen. So I want you to take courage in your suffering and know that God has wonderful plans for us. It says, my thought for you is of good and not of evil, to give you a future and an expected end. God bless you all.